Hi, you guys. It's like reflecting. Um, so I think that this channel is going to be more than just look how good we did. This week has not been a good week, to say the least. I would not be surprised if I gained all the weight back. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I haven't been tracking, but I haven't been eating poorly, I guess. I haven't been tracking what I am eating, but I haven't been eating bad, I guess, because we just don't have it in the house. But I didn't eat terribly, I guess. So, I don't know. I'm not very proud of myself just because I was really excited to continue to eat healthy. But then I ended up getting sick. Got really nauseous and I felt like I was gonna throw up. I had a massive headache. I just felt really sick. I could barely like keep my head up. I just kind of wanted to like fall on the ground, and I would like when I was laying down I felt not too bad, but then it was like when I stood up I like almost fell on the floor and almost passed out. So I got really sick. I tried to get rid of it. It just didn't want to go away, I guess. So that lasted a couple of days, and so I didn't track that. But I also didn't eat very much just because I didn't feel good. I didn't want to eat. So I don't really know what's going to happen this week when I weigh in. I'm definitely not expecting to lose anything, but I'm just kind of really hoping that I don't end up gaining. I am back on track today. I've done really good today. But I kind of wanted to make a video just saying I'm not expecting too much, but also saying that, you know, I think no matter what, especially if you're doing a diet or a lifestyle change that is going to take a long time, you're going to have moments where you're not as strict as you usually are, or you eat something you probably shouldn't be eating. And I think, you know, we all have that moment. We all have that time. That happens to all of us. I think the important thing about that, though, is that you get back on track and you don't let that discourage you and you don't give up from that, which is what has always happened with me. You know, I eat one thing that I shouldn't have eaten. I said, screw it, you know? I don't know. I just really think we all are going to go through that. We're all going to do that no matter what. It's going to happen. You know, unless you were, I don't know, I'm sure there's some people out there that will do perfectly fine and do the exact same thing for a year and never ever ever mess up or make a mistake or do something they're not supposed to do or eat something they're not supposed to eat. I'm sure there are people out there, but for us who are normal people who make mistakes, you can't let it make you fail. I can't say that enough. It's really hard because you want to. It's like, okay, I messed up, so screw this. But if I hadn't done that to myself 3 years ago, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be struggling for this long, for this many years, just hating the way I look and hating the way I feel. You know, I wouldn't have to have done that. And I don't want to look back in 3 years from now and say, what were you thinking? Why? Why did you let you eating that Fig Newton screw up your entire plan? You were doing so good. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to look back at this time and say, God, you know, you did bad 1 week. You did bad for 3 days. So you let that screw up your entire thing that you've done? That's ridiculous. Why would you do that to yourself? And that's what I've done to myself in the past. I don't want to do that anymore. I worked really hard last week. I really, really did. So if I were to just give up now, that was for nothing. You know, all that work was nothing. That excitement that I had from when I lost 6 pounds, screw that. It's so much more than just eating. Just, you know, I'm sure people who have never struggled with weight are just say, stop eating bad. Stop eating all of that. But it's so much more than that. It's like in my head. It's so much about up here and what I'm thinking and what I'm telling myself. I find that I am obsessed with food. I find it to be an addiction of mine. And I've tried so many things to lose weight. My whole life, I was called fat. This is really stupid, but in elementary school, you know how there's that group, that like clique of girls? Well, I was part of that. And this is even more stupid, but I was like the top of that. I was the girl who ran the group. Oh, this sounds so stupid, but it's true. I was that person that once I left elementary school, I know it's like really year 4. But once I left elementary school, you know, and started going in middle school, I realized that these girls were not my friends. And that's a whole nother story. But there was another girl who was part of the group, and she was super, super skinny. And I was not fat by any means. But they would always say, you're the fat one and you're the skinny one. And then my crush decided to call me fat. And then I went into middle school, and literally, I can't even explain to you, I can't even tell you how many people decided to call me fat. And like, literally, I remember this is like, there's a few moments that really stuck to me, that really are still with me to this day, of literally me being in science class and the kid next to me decides to look at me and say, you're fat. Or me being in PE and me working out, and then the kid who was best friends with the guy that I felt like I loved, he decides to tell me that I'm fat, and I don't hear it. So my best friend decides to tell me what he said in front of him. Or the guy that I just could not believe that I would never be without decided to tell me I was fat more than once. You know, that stuff isn't just words. That stuff hurts so badly. And it hurt so badly that I starved myself. I literally would not eat a thing. I was so sick, and I have really bad migraines right now that I've had, I feel like my entire life, but really it's not. It's been like, I don't know. It's been a really long time. But it started when I started to starve myself. And my migraines are still with me. But it ruined me. I starved myself. I didn't eat a single thing. Not a single thing. I literally would not eat. I didn't want people to see me eat. I wanted to be skinny. And I lost so much weight. So much weight. I can't even explain to you. People were like, oh my god, how did you lose so much weight? I was like, yes, finally, I won't be called fat anymore. Until, guess what? I got called fat. So I said, screw this. Screw it. Why do I even try? Why do I do this? Because no matter what, I'm going to get called fat. I'm going to feel like shit about myself. So why am I trying? Why am I doing anything? I said, screw it, and I ate whatever I wanted. So now, here I am. I'm just so sick of it. I'm just so tired of being so fat. And I'm not doing it for anybody else but myself. And there's a lot more to it than just wanting to look better. Because my father, he does have diabetes, and it is genetic. And I have started showing the signs of it. And it is scaring me to death, because the things I had to grow up seeing him having to deal with, I don't want to have to deal with that. And what he's dealing with right now, oh my god. My dad gets shots in his eyes every 2 weeks. It used to be every month. Now it's every 2 weeks. And he's not getting better. He can't see anything. He showed me what he sees. I made a joke. I said, dang, I must look good to you because he can't barely see me. I don't want to do that. I hate needles. And when you're diabetic, you gotta needle yourself all the time. Needles in my eyes? No, that is not happening. So my journey is so much more than just wanting to look good. I do not want that. And you know what? And it is genetics. So if I have it, I can't get rid of it. But I'm going to do everything in my power to be as healthy as I can be. So even if I have it, even if I get it, it's not going to be as bad. I can control it more. maybe it won't, maybe I don't have it. Maybe I'm just being so worried about it. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's happening now. If anybody's watching who's not trying to lose weight, don't call someone fat. I have gotten in fights with so many people. I have gotten in arguments. They decided to call me fat during the argument, when this person who's arguing with me is fat too. But I could not say she was fat. I couldn't do it. I literally, the words could not come out of my mouth. They were in my head. I'm like, why is she calling me fat? She's fatter than I am. But I literally could not, because I know how much that hurts. I know that when you get called fat, it is like someone just sits on your chest. It is so painful when someone says that to you, especially when you know it, you're struggling with it, you're trying to deal with it yourself, and then somebody else decides to say it. It's just so painful. But for me, it's my weight. But for someone else, it might be their hair, or their eyes, or their hands. I don't know. But when you say something cruel to somebody, you don't know how they feel about that. Maybe you say that and they're like, okay, I don't care. Or maybe it's something that they've been dealing with their entire lives that they hate about themselves, that you just confirmed that it's terrible. Just don't. I never understood this, because like, I love YouTube, and I've watched YouTube since I was really, really young. And, you know, I watched a lot of weight loss channels, but then I've, you know, just gone to random people channel. I watch a lot of makeup because I am a makeup artist. Scrolling through the comments, and when people say cruel things, you know, sometimes I'm like, okay, these people are mean, but some people I decide to respond to and say, you know, that's not very nice. But I got in that argument with this lady, and she was just saying really mean things about the person, and then obviously she started saying them about me, and I never said anything mean about her. I was just talking about how you shouldn't say those sort of things, you know, you never know how much it hurts somebody. And every time she responded, she called me fat. That's all she had to say to me, was that I was fat. And it was funny because I haven't talked about this on my channel or anything. You know, it's mostly been about my weight loss. I love trucks. Ford trucks. I love Ford F-150s, 250s, 350s, 450s. Ford trucks. I love them. They're like amazing. At the time, my profile picture was of a Ford truck, and all she had to do was call me fat. That's all she could say to me. So first of all, this chick has no idea what I look like. Why you call me fat? You don't have any idea who I am, what I look like even. And in my last thing that I responded to her, because she decided to respond back to my last thing, but I'm like, okay, there's literally nothing to say to her. You know, I told her, I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about your life, but you don't understand how badly your words hurt other people, how badly people can take them. So I don't know if you have children, I don't know if you have a daughter, but imagine somebody saying that to your daughter. Or think of the thing that you are most self-conscious about, the thing that you hate most about yourself, and think about somebody who is constantly telling you how terrible it is. I mean, there's just no good to come out of that. And I told her more about kind of my story, and that did literally go days without eating a single thing. And, you know, I said, you know, I've suffered with this, and you decide to call me fat. You don't know how terrible that makes me feel. There are people who kill themselves because of words other people say. Yeah, you know, they're just words. It's just something I'm saying. Like, I'm not hurting you. I'm not laying a hand on you. Words hurt. They mean a lot to people. And saying cruel things, it has no good. I don't know if it's you find joy in hurting other people, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure why people decide to do that and why people think that that's a good thing to say. I don't really know why people do it. I've never understood it. I've never understood like mean girls in school where they write mean things about people on their lockers or spread rumors. I've never understood that. I've never gone through, like, I've never been that sort of person, even in my clique days. Embarrassing others or hurting others or making somebody feel bad about themselves brought entertainment to you. I don't really know. I've never understood that. If any of you guys have like gone through that in your life, like you've been that person and you're not anymore, kind of why you did it, I'd love to know, because I don't really understand it, and I definitely have dealt with it, and in lots of ways, not just towards me but towards my mom. People that I was friends with, their mothers were very cruel, and I look back at that time. Oh my god, why? Literally, why? This is totally off topic, but I had a friend whose mother would screw us over, us children, because at the time, I'm not friends with her anymore. I haven't been friends with her for years. Like, we were young, really young, like 10, 12, like really young, and she would say things and talk to people so that we didn't get stuff, we didn't do stuff. She would make us feel bad about ourselves. She would do things so that we weren't included, so then we felt bad and that we didn't like ourselves and we didn't want to be a part of it. Like, all she cared about was her daughter being popular. I'm not even kidding. Like, it was so bad. She did have a crush on my dad though, so that's pretty. Oh, my mama got him and you did not. No, honey, my mama's better than you. And it was so funny. She did it in front of my mom. In front of my mom, she would flirt with my dad, and my dad's so oblivious. He has no idea what's going on, but my mom does. Like, who are you? How low do you have to be in your life to flirt with my dad in front of his wife? Like, really? Anyways, that's completely off topic. I just think that's funny, and I kind of look back at like incidences that happened. I don't know, it makes me mad, but then at the same time I'm like, ooh, you didn't get him, my mama did. My parents have been together for, I believe, 26 years. They met in college. Or have they been married for 26 years? It has to be more than that, because my sister's 20. They were together for 7 years before they even got married. And then they were married for a long time before they had my sister. So I don't know. Almost 30 years, I'm guessing. Anyway, that's completely off topic. This whole video is so off track. So basically what I wanted to say was I did really bad this week, but I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep going. So I also told you guys a little bit about why this is so important to me, why I'm doing this. Maybe if you are someone who is saying mean things to somebody about their weight, maybe this will give you a little bit of insight for how we feel when you say that about us. And maybe you won't say it anymore. I don't know. Anyways, this was a really long video. What is today? Can you see that I like trucks? We weigh in on Thursdays. So in 2 days will be our weigh-ins. So stay tuned. But I am really excited to see y'all's weigh-ins, so I will definitely be on y'all's videos. Okay, so since this video is 20 minutes long, I am going to go before it becomes an hour long. Hopefully my editing skills can make this under 20 minutes. Probably not, because I have all these things I really do want to tell you guys, all these things I really want you guys to hear. I kind of want to know more about my story and kind of what happened to me when I was younger, and like about my weight, and if y'all want to hear more about my really terrible friends and terrible friends' mothers, I can definitely do that too. My mom could tell you some things. Want to hear more about my mom? My mom has some stories to tell you too. Yeah. I wish there'd be more videos with me. I like my mom. If you guys couldn't tell already, my mom and I are really, really, really close. You hurt my mama? Just don't hurt my mama. If you hurt my mama, I can't even like explain to you how mad I'll be, because I think that just talking about how mad I'll be is making me really mad. I forgive very, very easily. I forgive more than I should, and I forgive very fast. If you hurt my mother, done. Bye. So my camera just like shut off because it was too hot, because I've been recording for too long. So I think that's a sign that you need to stop talking. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below if you made it through this entire video. Thank you if you did. If you didn't, I won't hold it against you. I 100% understand. Make sure that in 2 days you watch our next video for our weigh-ins. I'm not expecting much. I'm excited to see y'all's weigh-ins also, so make sure to watch that video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in a couple days. Bye.